What was Jeff saying about us, Rachel?
On Facebook, there was just a little... Yeah, I mean, it started on Facebook, which he was very excited that you could not respond because apparently you're not on Facebook anymore. I just thought you just didn't like me and unfriended me, but apparently you're not on it at all.
Well, two things can be true, Rachel. I mean,
true. Oh, it's gonna be that kind of night. I just had let him know that like shots were fired, and he.
So you ratted us out.
No, I didn't rat him out. I just let him know, like I was representing for us. Let's just say that, you know what I mean? And then there was a few like Ayn Rand quotes, I think. And
Jeff.
And then he just kind of, I mean, like his attitude is like, that you're just hating, that like you're just bitter. But so respond, Steve. We gonna let him talk to you about you like that on social media?
We're not bitter, for one thing. We only have to do this once a month, and our show is entertaining. I mean, it's fine. If Jeff wants to remain delusional, that's fine. Whatever. We'll keep this up. Maybe once a month.
Delusional, right? When you're just so out of touch with reality that you think what you're doing is good.
Good.
Well, like I said to him, as the sole person that does both of them, can Mommy and Daddy please stop fighting?
All right, so we just talked about a bunch of boring bullshit that no one cares about, but something that I just did, I always forgot about this, but my cousin Heather back home in Memphis has access to my Netflix account, and she has a separate profile that she uses for like her kids to watch like stupid kid shit. And they each have names, and I discovered recently that because I have the master account, I can change the profile names. So the next time her kids log in to watch VeggieTales or wherever the fuck they watch, the first thing they're going to see is "Hello Ass Pickle." So I'm pretty excited for that.
Can you go into theirs and like start watching a Serbian film or something, and then it's just going to bring up recommendations?
Is a Serbian film on Netflix instant? Because I will add that to their account.
I have no idea. But there's all sorts of... You could go in there and just do like one. Make it subtle. Like go into one really graphic horror film, put it in there, and then it's going to start showing up in their recommendations, right? Like it's going to be VeggieTales, and then, I don't know, like Sleepaway Camp 2 or something like that.
Yeah, and I'll say, because Ass Pickle, watch Sleepaway Camp 2. Here are some recommendations.
Yeah, I like this. Hold on, let me look up a Serbian
Chaos.
Film. Okay.
No.
Chaos. No, of course it's not. Anyways, guys, we've been talking for like 10 minutes about random bullshit no one cares about. Rachel,
I'll delete all this. I'll delete all this, don't worry.
That's fine. I'm still asking Rachel what we're doing.
So tonight is my first pick. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little nervous. I hope this lives up to, the fine film, Ninja Apocalypse. And those are some big shoes to fill. So I figure no matter what, if I pick something with boobs, there is some level of entertainment value. So we're going with Zombeavers tonight.
I mean, what if they have just gross boobs?
I mean, isn't a gross boob better than a no boob?
No. Not necessarily.
Really?
No, not necessarily.
You'd rather see no boobs than one, like maybe a set of less than perfect boobs?
Yes. Yes. I mean, that's
Are we making you more nervous now?
No. I'm actually getting excited. I'm hoping there's some sad boobs in there, just like your heart.
Zombeavers. This seems like a highly feminist film. Is there stuff I should be paying attention to and looking for in this Rachel?
Symbolism?
I feel like there's going to be some great gender politics in there. Like, okay. I want you to, put on your feminist hat. And let's
some agency. We got to watch for agency. That's a big thing.
Definitely.
We want to make sure there's no problematic female characters in this because that's a big thing as well. So
right.
I mean, I have high hopes. Zombeavers. Yeah.
Right. So I've forgotten. Is Matt a third wave or second wave feminist?
He's third wave.
I'm a new wave 80s feminist.
Ooh.
New Order. Great band. Anyway.
What is everybody drinking tonight? I feel like that's an important piece of
right. I need to get a glass of scotch for this. I forgot. I have a mug full of water. Hold on. I'll be right back, guys. Talk without me.
Oh, that's Grandpa Matt is on the cast tonight with his glass of water.
Rachel, what are you drinking tonight?
I am drinking a fine glass of Eagle Rare with a very fancy round ice cube, and I'm chasing it with Verner's. What are you drinking tonight?
I am drinking water with a little pack of raspberry flavor mix in it. It's pretty badass.
Oh, that's right. You don't drink, huh?
Not a lot, but this cast is my idea. I feel like I have to be the one that is completely sober and paying attention for all the things you two drunks miss.
Yeah, because last time about halfway through, I realized that I had just was like, I don't know, babbling gibberish, and I was like, all right, I got to slow down.
Last time halfway through the show, everybody didn't want to be there anyway because Ninja Apocalypse was fucking awful.
What are you talking about? That was 5-piece cinema.
I will say, on my Netflix the other day, I had a whole section that said, because you watched Berserker Hell's Warrior. So when I get the movie selection power back, I have a bunch of things lined up for you guys.
Oh, snap. Yeah, I would love to see what's in that queue.
Dream Warriors came back. That's the movie that lost mystical movie where the guy in chainmail on a baseball bat stands in front of the Statue of Liberty's severed head.
Okay, I have not seen that. So
what are you talking about? What? I'm back.
We're talking about all of the amazing things that Netflix suggested to me because I watched Berserker Hell's Warrior.
Oh. All right. Not interested. Okay, so I got some scotch, guys. I'm ready to go. Johnny Walker. And let's do it. Let's do some Zombeavers.
Let's do it.
That came out right. Or right. Or right. I mean, depending on your perspective.
We'll find out in 10 minutes.
Off to a good start, guys. Talk to you in 10 minutes.
Bye. Sorry, I forgot I was supposed to call. I was like,
It's the waiting. It's the waiting.
Oops.
All right, Rachel, this is your thing tonight.
Oh, so I gotta do the synopsis?
Yeah, I just made that a rule.
And make us sandwiches. I mean, duh.
It sounds like a lot of heavy lifting. You might be a problematic male co-host.
I am.
Okay, so Zombeavers already off to a really great start.
People use the word great in really strange ways nowadays. I mean,
very optimistic take on
I
this.
feel like the word great has lost its original meaning.
Right.
But
it
that's
was
okay.
awesome.
Is great the new epic?
Ooh.
It's just used everywhere.
It could be.
It might be. Well, so it opens. We've got two guys in a truck who are sharing some very personal stories about their same-sex relationships. It's very progressive and forward-thinking in the way it's characterized.
Yeah. I love the line. I mean, it really, it hit too close to home for me. It's not the dick, it's the whiskers.
Right.
So, I mean, that was very insightful dialogue there.
I thought that was very Tarantino-like. Just the movie opens with a random conversation about nothing that applies to nothing for the rest of the movie.
Did you just compare Zombeavers to a Tarantino movie?
I did.
I'm going to take another drink of this scotch.
So they're cruising along. They actually run into a deer, and it knocks off it looks like one of the cans from Return of the Living Dead.
Trioxin.
Yep.
Yes, trioxin. It looks like a thing of trioxin falls off and goes down a river. And the deer, it's a wrap for the deer. So body count so far is one deer.
One animal so far. One animal is dead.
From there, we cut to our main characters. As someone who's about to go on a road trip today after tomorrow, it's like looking into the future. I mean, it's so perfectly characterized. These three ladies together, scrolling through their dick pics, being nasty to each other. They are off to stay in a cabin, and that's pretty much all we got. One of them, her boyfriend's cheating on her. One of them has a 6-inch peen. And the other one, I guess, is the nice one. There's also a cute dog that I know is going to die. And that's pretty much all we've seen.
And one of them is incredibly dumb, and they pulled up to a cabin and thought it was a gas station.
Right.
Yeah, my first disappointment was seeing the females in the car is that none of them were Kari were. So I'm actually going to tweet Ms. Were right now. Yeah. I like the music in the opening credits. I thought that was
music
cool.
was really great. The opening credits, it shows, and I thought this thing looked like a beer keg or something, but the trioxin canister is just floating down a river after it fell off the guy's truck. And while you see the canister floating, there's this cool animated sequence of trees, and I thought they were dock supports at first, but trees, just assorted wood things and little scary beaver cartoons chasing people around with awesome music. I hope that music comes back again.
Yeah, I like the music quite a bit.
Yep.
I mean, that's the highlight so far.
Yep. And you did forget there was one human death so far. The South's oldest dad was killed while fishing on the bank.
Pulling in at about 13 years old there.
He had his trucker hat that said "Number One Dad." Got taken out by a
Wow.
Yeah. So.
So what we were wondering about through this is, Rachel, is this really how girls on road trips together interact with each other? How accurate is this?
I would give it 100%.
Really?
No.
Wow.
God.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's like so...
I mean, I've never known you to lie to me before, Rachel. I mean, this stings.
Stop playing with Matt's emotions.
All right, we're only in our first 10-minute segment too. That's a bad sign.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I don't know that this was exactly written by like Eve Ensler. You know, like this is not.
What's the feminism symbolism count so far? Like, what are Matt and I as normal men missing from this that you are getting?
Well, nobody else picked up on the awesome wood metaphor. I don't know. There's
What was the wood metaphor?
Yeah, because really, we didn't.
They're talking about big wood out in the middle of the lake. I don't know. Let's see. There was some slut shaming. That was fun. I would say so far it's scoring about a 0 on the Bechdel test. Like even the two male characters are talking about dudes. So that's how we're doing gender politics.
We had the one guy who needed to use the bathroom who was checking out, who I assume is the lead character. But for the most part, like most of the men in this movie have left all of the women alone.
I'm finding the whole thing pretty problematic so far, but I'm willing to give it another, 70 minutes to get better.
A couple things. This movie is presented by some group called Benderspink. So there's that.
What?
No, I wrote some random shit down, and this is like presented by, it had someone's name, and it was like in association with Benderspink. So I'm going to look up Benderspink and see what the hell they are.
Yeah,
It's probably going to get me on a watch list.
I feel like you should look it up on Urban Dictionary.
Benderspink.
It's going to be something filthy.
While you look that up, I want to let everyone know that the director, Jordan Rubin, his latest writing credit, very feminist piece here, Miss Universe 2014. So, I mean, this guy knows his stuff when it comes to women, clearly.
He knows his ladies. And Donald Trump.
Clear.
Who also knows his ladies. the feminist pedigree on this is...
Impeccable.
Apparently, Benderspink is a screenwriters group. So you had to join an exclusive group to write Zombeavers. I hope this works well for these people.
Can I join Benderspink? Can you link me that?
I mean,
I'm a writer. I mean, I write things.
It looks like the bar is low to become a member of Benderspink.
That's fine. I'm not picky. I just want to be able to say I'm in Benderspink.
Don't we all?
I think, so Benderspink is not currently on Urban Dictionary, but I think one of our goals by the end of the show is we should come up with a definition for Urban Dictionary of what a Benderspink is.
All right.
Oh, there.
70 minutes. We're on the clock here.
Yeah. Okay, well, I'm ready to get back into it, guys.
Yeah, I got nothing else for the first 10 minutes of Zombeavers.
Kind of uneventful. Although I will say that the raft out there in the lake reminded me of the raft in Creepshow 2. So I'm hoping that the actual black oil slick is out there.
That's the best short of all of the Creepshow movies. Just throwing that out there.
True dat.
God, I feel like that's technically wrong, but I want to say it's right because I love that one. Love it. But we're not here to talk about Creepshow, guys. We're here to talk about Zombeavers. So let's get back into Zombeavers.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
It's the way.
agency.
Well,
Pod shame. Screw slut shaming. We're going to start pod shaming you right now, Rachel.
I think this movie is turning me into a misogynist because I fucking hate these bitches.
In every group of women, is there one that always refers to everyone as bitch? Is this accurate?
No. I mean, well, oh wait, it might be me. Yeah.
Oh.
I'm trying to think if my girlfriend called me bitch, but I think it might be me in the group.
I don't know. So Rachel, you are the equivalent on this cast right now to the topless girl in the lake in Zombeavers?
Yes, that's me. That's my role in the French.
Well, I mean, I'm learning so many things from this movie, though, so I can't totally, hate on it, I guess.
Oh, this movie. It's okay. So, what did we do last? We left off, they had just gotten to the house. We find out that there's no Wi-Fi, and that's a big bummer because they can't talk to boys and look at peen photos. So then they decide to go to take a dip in the lake, or river, I guess. And one of them takes off her top because she's the one without the nudity clause, I guess.
Yep.
And they discover some beaver dams and have what they think is
lots of references to beavers and wood.
Yeah, beavers and wood all over the place, which is covered in what they think is like day-glow beaver piss, which, I mean, I'm not a biologist, but
I play one on a podcast. You did say it at Holiday Inn Express last night, though, so...
What?
Wah, wah, wah. Joke fail.
I don't get it. Okay. And from there, they almost get attacked by a bear, but he's scared off by Mr. Smith.
With a Y.
Smith with a Y. Was that a bear that was green screened? It kind of looked green screen to me.
It looked like they just took it from a different movie.
Yeah.
They probably stole that bear footage from some National Geographic something.
Yeah, that was an Ed Wood situation.
And I like how, what do we call this girl?
She's Clarence Rack Daniel Harris.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, exactly. Clarence Rack Daniel Harris. Of course, when the bear sees her, she, covers up her breast with her hands because it's important to not let bears see you naked. That's an important thing.
Because they will charge.
Yeah,
right?
It's make loud noises, make yourself look as big as possible, and hide your nipples. Those are the three things that you know for bear safety.
Oh, speaking of nipples, have you guys seen this thing? Okay, quick tangent here. On Facebook takes down photos of women if they post topless or something like that. But there's this new movement on Facebook where girls are using Photoshop to replace their nipples with male nipples. And then showing that, hey, I actually took these nipples from a man, a photo of a guy, therefore the nipple is not mine, and it's technically covered, therefore you can't do it. Just a thing. Look it up. It's kind of crazy. Anyway,
See
back to
what you're missing out on, Steve? You got to come back into the Facebook fold.
I'm never getting back to Facebook. But more power to those ladies. Whoever they want to show their whatever to, I hope it works out well for them.
Exactly. Now, see, you are a feminist. Welcome to the third wave.
Oh, shit. Guys, I
It just happened.
graduated. So these three characters, we have the Clarence Rack Danielle Harris, who is kind of we'll call her the bad one. Yeah, we have a nerdy girl and then the depressed girl whose boyfriend broke up with her. We established on the last show that the World War III ninja apocalypse happened because they were killing the zombies. Maybe the beaver started the zombie apocalypse.
Oh, shit.
Oh, prequel.
There you go, guys.
Shit.
Everything is connected.
It's all connected. Okay. See, I'm looking at this in a totally different light now.
Yeah,
Okay.
the girls meet Mr. Smith with a Y. He's a complete dick to them, makes jokes about beavers, and then immediately goes...
And puppy dicks.
And puppy dicks. And then immediately goes crazy, I don't know, wholesome guy. It's like, you ought to cover up out here because there's decent families and shouldn't have your weird tattoos and bare stomachs hanging out. And he basically...
Well, you should not have tattoos. He's correct in that.
Well, no, tattoos are awesome. But he makes them leave, and they refer to him as a creeper. And then they go back to the wood cabin, which, once again, one of them thought was a gas station because she's smart. And they start playing
She's also the one that's pinging my gaydar. I think we're going to get our lesbian scene out of her. Just so that's my foreshadow.
The bad girl or the nerdy girl?
No, the nerdy girl with the picnic basket style, bathing suit. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I got you now.
Okay.
I was like, picnic basket.
You know what I mean? Like it looks like she's stolen from a picnic basket.
It makes sense now. But yeah, she's really hoping that the veiny chick fells the would you rather question so that she can make out again.
Yeah.
And
what were the questions? Yeah.
One of them was, would you rather not use a tampon or not use lipstick ever again? The next one from the bad girl, the clearance rack Danielle Harris, was, would you rather watch your mom die or get raped by your dad while your mom watches?
Oh, my goodness.
Rachel, are we missing some symbolism?
I don't think there's a lot of symbolism in this. I think about as deep as the metaphors get are probably going to be all the wood references.
Yeah, I don't feel like that this is going to be the feminist triumph that I thought it was going to be when I first put it.
It could be slow rolling us. I mean, there could be a major, major comment on feminism at the end. Like, you think it's doing this, anti-feminist thing here, and then wham, Jordan Rubin's going to hit us with something insightful.
Right. I'm prepared to be challenged.
Bender Spink.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't know about the folks at Bender Spink. I do feel like maybe it's not quite the secret cabal of awesome writers that you thought it was.
Somebody link me Bender Spink, please. I want to join.
Can you tweet them, please?
Yeah. Find me the Twitter for Bender Spink. How do you spell that, Steve?
Dear Bender Spink, would you rather quit using tampons or lipstick?
Spink.
Okay, Bender Spink Twitter. I'm looking up right now, live on the air, because this is good radio. Okay, I have Bender Spink Info Twitter here. Okay, let's see. Production management company founded in 1998. Is this it? I don't know. BenderSpink.com.
Holy shit. I'm on Bender Spink's profile on IMDb. They have 48 new titles in development. Some of these are really old. I don't know why they still say in development, but
I'm watching the reason why right now.
Steve, we have lots of things that are in development.
Well, we have they worked on Horrible Bosses 2, so that not all of these is just crap like this here. They were part of the
Horrible Bosses 2.
Well, I haven't seen it, but I mean that's actually like a somewhat big production. They made or helped with the Butterfly Effect 3, Kill Theory, The Ruins. Hey, that was actually they were uncredited. Nobody the Ruins didn't want to put Bender
Steve's
Spink
all excited, like, The Ruins, and it's like, oh wait, they're uncredited.
All right, they helped with The Ring 2, which was terrible.
Yeah,
CG deer in there.
What
you guys remember that scene?
Deer? What the fuck? This is 2 now. They killed the deer in this, and now we're going back to Ring 2.
Oh, yeah, they do kill deers. That we just found out, like, the secret of Bender Spink. A deer dies in every one of their films. There's probably a deer that dies in Horrible Bosses too.
Matt, you have the master list or the master IMDb account. I'm not signing up for IMDb Pro, so I can't look at the 48 new titles in development by Bender Spink. So I'm going to need you to get on that.
No, I'm not going to do that.
Let me know what these people. God damn it!
I'm not going to.
Way to drop the fucking ball.
Not going to happen. So we're 20 minutes in. Nothing is really happening. We've got 3 characters that are highly obnoxious and annoying. We don't want to spend any more time with them. No. Not even the boobs can make this. I mean, this is a perfect example of boobs not enhancing a film.
I disagree. I feel like the boobs are enhancing it.
How?
Well, because it's not like those
very
scenes.
Feminist,
imagine those scenes. No, well, listen, I don't think that boobs are anti-feminist. I like boobs. I'm pro-boobs. But, I mean, if you imagine those scenes...
That's a good platform to run on. I'd vote for you.
Right? Exactly. I am pro-boobs. So, imagine those scenes...
on a pro-boob fuck spiders platform.
Yeah. Oh, you have my vote, sir. You have my vote. Very much. I mean, but imagine those scenes without the boobs, and it's just them in the bathing suits. I mean, and then the bear would have come, and then we would have had the guy shaming them for just their bathing suits. Like, you needed the boobs. The boobs added that layer of nuance that made that scene really come together.
I don't know. I think they're just, you make these arguments, and whatever. So
so far, Zombeavers is a good example of why a woman should not have agency on this podcast.
Whoa!
We're not going to let her pick again after this.
Well played, Steve.
Thank you very much.
Well played. Yeah, pretty soon it's going to be my turn to pick a movie. You guys,
it's going to be your turn to pick next time we do this.
I mean, I might actually pick the next segment. We're just going to start watching my movie. But let's. I mean, it might get better. I like the shot of the two like puppet beavers, very Charles Bandian early on the actual dam.
That's vibe. They moved. Charles Band's puppets don't move.
Shut up. No, in Puppet Master 1, they move, okay? In Part 1, they move. But I'm looking forward to seeing the beavers.
10, we're not going to have beavers.
Yeah, I want to see the beavers. So that's what I'm looking forward to right now. I just want to see the beavers eat these girls or do whatever they're going to do to them. Doesn't even matter. I just want to see something. Anyway.
Right now, we want people...
Smith, aren't we?
Unless they're watching this with us right now, you don't understand how much we want terrible things to happen to the entire cast of this film so far.
I did get an email from somebody. I don't remember the name of the person, but they did say that they really, really loved the last cast we did, and they're actually going to watch what would be the Zombeavers now, because, of course, they didn't know what it was. But they're going to watch this along with us to get the full effect. So,
Which means we inflicted this on someone else.
Yep.
This is all just one giant troll. Like, it was all a plot to make somebody watch Zombeavers. We go the extra mile here at the Good Splattercast.
Remember, you picked it.
I don't think we have any proof of that.
It's on the last episode.
I deny it.
Forever.
I think you brought it up on the last episode. You spoiled it for everyone.
And then you're supposed to pick something
It's your word against mine. There's no proof.
No, it's your word. You said it out of your own mouth.
No, you say. I think it's hearsay. So
I'm a man putting you in your place. You did it, all right? All right, guys, let's move on to the next 10 minutes of Zombeavers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty pissed that the best character just died, but all...
God damn it. All right.
Take it away, Rachel.
So, our group of losers went out swimming, and while they were in the water, they were attacked by a pack of Zombeavers. To distract the Zombeavers, they threw the dog into the water. The dog got eaten.
The dog was the most likable character in the film.
By far the most likable character in the film. I was like, swim, little man, swim, but he was overtaken by a pack of Zombeavers. Back at the house, like Lady Veiny Legs, made it back to the house. But it turns out the Zombeavers are very anti-landline and electronically savvy and have taken out the phones, as they do. While in the house, she is attacked by the Zombeaver that they first encountered in the bathroom, and there's almost beaver on beaver violence. But fortunately,
she hops onto a counter and just stands there as spread eagle as she can possibly get.
Should we say
it's
spread
closer,
beaver?
Closer, spread beaver.
She was totally spread beaver.
Yeah, like I don't know what was more annoying, the spread beaver situation or the hipster with the beanie in the water.
I love it when you say spread beaver.
Can you say that again? I'm going to make that.
Can you say it again, Rachel? Let's say it slower.
Spread beaver.
Yeah. God, this movie is awful. I mean,
bad. It's bad.
This is real tough.
I mean, this is in the conversation for one of the worst things I've ever seen. It's not even. I at least expected so bad it's good out of this. No, everything about this movie is bad.
Yeah, it's real bad. It's like it's so fucking lazy. Like you can tell they're trying to go for so bad it's good, but all they're getting is just so bad.
I thought it was.
We could. Go ahead, Matt.
Oh, I thought it was kind of interesting that they sort of set it up so that the discount rack Danielle Harris is not going to get naked the rest of the movie because there was an opportunity for her when Steve, I'm going to call him Steve because he's the fuck like the Power Ranger guy, so when Steve gets his foot bitten off by the beaver, and they, pull everybody back to the creep show raft. And the guy's like, we need to find something to tie this off with. And Daniel Discount, what would that be? A discount rack Daniel Harris. So DRDH.
Drutta?
Well, she's the clearance rack Daniel Harris, so she's a crook.
He's a crook. She goes to take off her top and is like sort of like tie it off with this, and the guy's, no, that's too small. That's your cue. No one is getting naked in the rest of this movie. She did her one scene, and that was the scene, and that's what we're going to be stuck with. Just letting you know. As a filmmaker, that's how it works.
Okay.
We could be watching Mega Shark versus Mecha Shark right now.
You had your chance to put your thumb on the scale, sir.
No,
you had your chance.
Remember every time
you can't blame men for all your problems, Rachel.
I don't know about that.
I give you guys options when it's my pick, and you turn it down.
No,
it's completely on Rachel.
No. The issue is, like, whoever picks the movie picks the movie. You shouldn't have outside influence affecting that choice.
Right.
Because that's how it sort of gets passed on to the next person. If you pick a terrible movie, it goes on to the next person. So
kind of like that movie It Follows, only instead of like a killer STD.
Yes.
Picking that movie.
It's just like a really, like if you look at Zombeavers is a really awful STD right now.
Yeah,
we all have it.
I need to get checked out after watching
We all
this.
have it, and hopefully it goes away.
Right.
Antibiotics? I don't know. What do they treat STDs with? Penicillin, maybe? I don't know. Shit. I don't even know what to say. There's like nothing to talk about during this movie. It's just...
It's Creepshow 2 with beavers for the last 10 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, okay. Let's talk about how do we think this is going to end? Maybe we can psych ourselves up to some sort of hope.
Well, there has been talk that the house is made of wood. Remember all of our foreshadowing of the
beavers going to eat the whole
They're going to eat their way in for sure.
Oh, guys, no, I want the end of the movie to be the beavers kill all these people, and they make a people dam in the river.
Oh,
that would be sweet.
That would be amazing.
A people dam. That would save this film. I think my whole perspective would be changed.
About half of the characters have been bitten so far by the beavers. So
you turn into a beaver if you're bit by a zombie. I mean, you might go full trauma here.
I'm into that.
Are we going to have a werebeaver later in the film? I want a werebeaver.
Is it going to be a face-off between a werebeaver and the pack of beavers?
I don't know.
I think all of our endings are better than what we're about to experience.
Hey guys, I'm looking at the IMDb trivia for this. It says John Mayer's feature film acting debut.
I thought that was John Mayer. At the beginning.
I mean, I've heard the name. I don't know what he looks like, though. Like, who is John Mayer? He's a musician, right?
Yeah, he sings all the really awful songs and bangs all of the pop starlets. Like, that's his job. He's the guy that's in the car at the beginning with Bill Burr when he's talking about having dated a dude for a week and had
the guy with the mustache.
Yes. I was like, why does that person have a bad disguise on? He looks like John Mayer in a disguise.
Wow. I'm sure that he looked through all of the contracts, all of the movies that were pitched to him. Hey, John, we want you to make your big screen debut on this. And I like to think he really chose wisely.
This is the man that once said that he... What did he say? He said that he has a dick like Benetton. Like, meaning that, like, even though he isn't really attracted to anyone but white people, his dick is. So I think probably Zombeavers.
What?
Yeah. So I think Zombeavers maybe, like, he may have pursued this role.
John Mayer, you are highly problematic, sir.
Yes, he is.
Wow.
Wait, all right, we haven't seen Mr. Smith with a Y lately. Did he die and I missed it, or is he still out there?
Did he kill the bear?
We saw him for a minute.
Oh, yeah, he was.
Yeah. But what
he
happened
was in there.
I don't know.
Because remember, like, he's looking at something, and like he hears the noise of the beaver, and then it cuts away.
Is he going to be our hero? Is he going to come in the last minute?
Maybe he already is a werebeaver, and he's going to show up, and he's like the final boss.
No.
We should have written this movie. We would have done a better job than Bender Spink. Which we still don't have a... is Bender Spink an STD? We're on that topic right now.
Oh, yeah, we haven't decided what that is yet. Bender Spink.
I mean, Bender Spink sounds like something that I don't want to have and I don't want to pass on to anyone.
Oh, here it is. This is the quote. My dick is sort of like a white supremacist. I've got a Benetton heart and a fucking David Duke cock.
So he's saying that he likes all of the ladies, but his dick is very specific.
Yes.
And this guy is famous.
Yes.
Huh.
I had it a little backwards. It was even worse.
God damn. I mean, even like the side conversations we're having about this movie are terrible and awful, and I don't want to know about it.
I know.
It's like, okay, let's go on to, what is this minute, 40 to 50? I mean, we're close. This is a short movie. It can't be too much
That's
longer.
the good news. I think things like 70 minutes long at most.
Yeah, you got, see, and what the listeners don't know is that Rachel and Steve were trying to say we're going to quit, we're going to cut our losses, and no one will ever listen to this episode. But I'm keeping them here, everybody, because I have a lot of agency in this group, and I am keeping us together. And you are all going to be subjected to this awful fucking podcast. And I told Steve, I'm like, we were giving some shit to Jeff earlier because Jeff was saying how whack or whatever that this show is. Jeff has been vindicated now. So I tip my cap to Jeff.
So many twists and turns tonight. Like, the
I
movie
know.
sucks, but...
It's like a Shyamalan film, right? Oh, that was the other twisty twist. Fleg's boyfriend was banging her lesbian lover? Is that
The nerdy girl.
Yeah, the girl with glasses, right?
Yep.
Because he's like, yeah, and he's like trying to get on her on the raft. She's like, don't touch me. What are you gonna do? It's one of those movies, guys.
Yeah. Yep. I was pretty sure it was Bad Girl, but nope. It was a lesbian.
Yeah. Bad girls are never as bad as they make themselves out to be.
Well, she's become the most likable in the group, I think, and I feel like that really
She
paints
stopped
a
calling
picture.
everyone bitch, so she's growing on me.
The plot thickens. All right, guys, let's do this.
All right, let's do it.
Bye.
Beaver Steamer.
I feel like we're watching a misogynistic film.
Maybe. There have been some clues, but I'm not totally convinced yet.
I mean, the end might come around at the end. Who knows?
I mean, the girls were better at pushing furniture in front of windows, so there's that thread to hang on to.
Yeah.
I mean, small victories.
Yeah, I fucking hate this movie. When we got the like smelly vagina joke, I was like, I give up. I'm not even gonna pretend that there's some redeeming qualities to this film. Like, it is like the dumbest movie I've ever seen, and
I don't
not
feel
in a
bad
fun
about
way.
Ninja Apocalypse anymore.
No, please, can we watch that on repeat?
I feel like the director of this was like a dude bro or something, and he was like, hey, this is the kind of movie that's going to be fun for the whole, my crew. No, this is like frat house filmmaking run amok. It's fucking terrible, and I am hating every minute of it.
Right? Yeah.
I will not make a mistake this poorly with my decision. I'm just letting you guys know that right
the
now.
bar has been set so low now.
Right, because I mean, it would be really embarrassing to have picked this.
Yeah. I mean,
I hope the person that picked it feels bad about it.
Yes,
Yeah.
I hope they do, Steve. I hope they do.
So, what happens here? They're trying to escape. No, they're trying to board up the wood cabin. One of the girls does make the point, like, that's the whole fucking point of a beaver. They chew through wood. That's what they do.
She makes the point after they've literally covered every window with woods. So, that would have been great knowledge to have, or great insight, like 20 minutes ago maybe.
I feel like everyone would have that knowledge anyway. Like, if I'm in that situation, and it's like Steve and I, and we're in this cabin, and we're like, oh shit, we gotta do something. I think both of us would come to the realization on our own that, the beavers chew through wood. Maybe this isn't like what we should be doing with our time.
They are super awesome at chewing through wood. They three of them stay in the cabin. Three of them stay in the cabin, and the other three they get in the car and they're gonna go. They drive. It's the clearance rack Daniel Harris, the nerdy girl's boyfriend, and the Power Ranger guy who had his foot chewed off. They're going to take him to the hospital and then send back help. So they drive away, and they find out the beavers have barricaded the road. They have made a dam across the road so they can't get through. And then Tommy, I think is the guy's name, he tells Daniel Harris and missing foot guy to just go on.
That guy's name is Steve.
That guy's name is Steve. He likes Power Rangers. So he's got his hero moment. He's gonna go on foot. He's gonna scout ahead. He's gonna find help. And then the beavers chew a tree and it falls down on him.
And we all cheer.
Yeah, because there's one less annoying person in this movie. Yeah. Every single person in this movie, except for maybe Mr. Smith with a Y, deserves to be punched in the face repeatedly.
I'm trying to think of like how many people have actually died in this movie so far. There's been a lot of stuff, but there was that kid,
number one dad.
Yeah, number one dad, and this guy, right? The guy killed by the tree.
Yeah,
and the dog,
and Steve's foot.
Yeah, the dog died.
The dog, who was the best character in the film.
I feel like the three of us have died while watching
a little piece of me has, anyway.
So, I mean, I think we can include ourselves in the body count by the end of this movie. God, yeah. I mean, I'm struggling. I feel like, I feel like this is not a high caliber episode. And be sure to come around for episode 5. I'm hoping it'll be much better than this.
That's already pitching for next time.
Yeah, I'm jonesing for it.
I do feel like that we've got a little bit of plot. The Mr. Smith with the Y is telling Danielle Harris, Clarence Rack, whatever, about in the 70s something called beaver fever. Crud. Yeah, that's good.
Just call her Crud.
So, Mr. Smith with the Y is telling Crud about beaver fever that happened in the 70s, and it's not what any of us think. It was beavers carry some sort of parasite that gives you diarrhea, and so he's asking them if any of them have experienced it since they've gotten bitten, because I guess people can be infected with it. So I'm hoping that they're going to pay that off, and if you get diarrhea, that means you're going to turn into a werebeaver. Otherwise, they're just talking for no reason, which is also entirely fucking possible with this goddamn movie.
You got to pad the running time out a little bit, to get it to feature length. But
just like this episode.
Yeah, we are padding this out. That is true. That is true. Each segment should just be fucking terrible. Moving on. Next segment. Fucking awful. Movie's over. Good night.
So how much is left of this fine cinematic film?
6 seconds.
Okay, so we got 2 more rounds.
Yep, 2 rounds. 2 rounds, and then the wrap-up. What do we think is going to happen in the next 10 minutes?
I'm still really hoping for the people dam.
Certainly Beaver Apocalypse is about to happen, right? Like, I really want to see that cabin just mowed down. Do you think they have the budget for that, though?
Through everything.
That'd be awesome. Yeah.
That would, awesome's a strong word to use anything in this movie, but it would be better.
Okay. Let's do it.
All right. Bye.
It's the whiskers.
It's the whiskers.
The best minutes of this movie were the first 2.
I don't know. This part got a little spicy. I think this is the best thing that's happened since minute 2.
Yeah, in Zombiever's defense, we were apparently so into these last 10 minutes that we actually watched about 12 of them before someone was like, "Oh shit, we were supposed to stop."
Point in its favorable column.
Right?
The only one so far.
Some shit actually happened.
Okay, so what happened, Rachel?
Well, everybody was... Let's see. I don't remember. I'm a little drunk. I remember is that we had it looked like we were about to finally get the promised lesbian scene. We were going to pay off all of this like tension between the two of them. One of the nerdy girl went to bed, and the other girl followed her in, transform into a werebeaver. Steve called it, which we discovered now that like apparently this is the exact amount of time where everybody turns into a werebeaver, and we have some beaver attacks. That was not very good. I'm drunk. Somebody else synopsize this. I'm not afraid to admit my failures. So
the boyfriend is just this cocky douchebag, and while the two ladies are trying to mend their destroyed friendship, he's just making jokes about how they're both so attracted to him, and Rachel says this guy is as attractive as this movie is good.
He's the worst.
Yeah, everybody needs to be punched in the face, but he's the one that needs to be punched the hardest.
He's like the Joffrey of Zombeavers.
Yes, he is. He is well done, Matthew. Well done.
Yeah, that's why I'm here. That's the only reason I'm here, for lines like that.
Very punchable face. But afterwards, the other three, Smith with a Y, Chud, or what's her name? Like, Crud. Crud, and Steve the Power Ranger guy. They all, after Tommy dies, I would rather be watching Chud.
What's her name? Chud? Oh, that was good, Steve. That was the highlight of my night.
So, Crud/Chud, Smith with a Y, and Steve the Power Ranger guy. They drive back to the house. I can't even talk right now. They drive back to the house, and
he's turning into a werebeaver. It's about the time it happens in the podcast, same as the movie.
Yes.
Hold on, catch your breath, Steve. Catch your breath. I'm just going to point out this nice little tidbit about Smith with a Y. He played Tennessee Harry in Django Unchained.
Oh.
There you go.
See, so
he's also
Tarantino,
yeah, there's your Tarantino connection. Comes full circle.
There you go, yeah. And anyways, so Chud, Crud, and the other two, they get to the house, and the other three have boarded up the house so much that they can't get in. So they have to run across the street to where like the old lady and her husband live. They're all dead. They're going to cauterize Steve, the Power Ranger guy's like leg wound because Tennessee whatever finally points out that it's been like 6 hours since his leg got cut off or his foot got cut off. You really can't reattach it. So he's going to cauterize the wound, and they hear beating outside. They turn around, and then he's attacked by Steve Power Ranger, the first werebeaver. He gets killed. The girl Chud Crud is just an awful shot and ends up shooting him in the eyeball.
I like she's looking through the scope and she misses the first shot. They're literally like 4 feet away and she misses the first shot.
Yeah, and it's not even close.
You're using a fucking scope. Sorry.
Scopes, if you've ever played a video game, are 100% accurate at all times. God. So after that, like Rachel was saying, Nerdy Girl just goes to bed. She's reading a book, and the douchebag guy is mocking her because apparently reading a book is worth mocking.
When's the last time you read a book? At class. You should try it sometime. Ha ha ha. This movie's so fucking funny.
Chud. Chud was the best thing so far. So Nerdy Girl just goes to bed, and Vanes goes to get on her. Nerdy Girl says, I don't love you like that, even though she was the one really hardcore pushing the lesbianism earlier in the film. So she gives Veiny Chick whatever her version of Blue Balls is, which causes her to turn into a Zombeaver. And then she attacks, and douchebag guy and nerdy chick have to run away. And I will say that was honestly a twist because I assumed that Veiny Chick was going to be like the final girl of this movie because she's been the main character so far. But no, she's
I feel like
werebeaver.
Clearance Rack Danielle Harris is going to be the final girl.
Yeah,
I think
It looks like it. She was the bad girl who showed her tits earlier. Usually that's the first person to get killed in
This
these
movie
movies.
is so subversive. I mean, it's subverting our expectations and playing with genre rules.
It really thinks it is. It really thinks it's super smart. It's like, it is that guy being like, ha, ha, ha,
Right. Do you
ha.
think the people that wrote this and directed this, do you think they were really onto something, or did they know it was going to be this fucking garbage?
I think they think they're hella smart. They think they're working on like multiple layers. They're making a bad movie that's so bad it's good, but it's also like some sort of commentary. But it's not. It's just fucking bad.
Well, yeah, it's like I said, it's frat boy filmmaking. It's like literally these guys got drunk one night, and were like, what's the stupidest thing we could possibly do? They're probably trying to, like, they're taking a word and trying to mix it with zombie, and they came up with Zombeavers. It would be like, man, if I really like movies about ice, and I was like, hey, man, I'm going to make a burrito horror film. Every time someone eats a burrito, they're going to turn into like a block of ice that's going to shatter.
It'd be a better film than this.
Yeah, and I'm going to put some messaging behind it.
Make it.
Next film, Burritos, the horror film.
Starring Chud.
Oh, God.
Like, could you get Chud to be in it? That would be amazing.
Yeah, see, and then it has to be some sort of commentary on, like, the Latino population, but, very politically incorrect. That's what it's going to have to be. And then we're going to say we're smart, when we're actually not. Everyone's going to be like, you're actually stupid. You're actually really fucking stupid.
I feel like we're getting closer. We're like circling around with that binker snot or whatever that word was. What we were going to make. What was it? Like
Bender Spink?
Bender Spink.
Bender Spink.
I will say, how like anti sort of woman this movie has been. I really, really cannot stand the C word, and they have not dropped that in this movie so far. So I'm
been
okay.
dropping it here at home.
It's
while
weird. Like
watching
it's
this.
super.
Oh, I hate that. I cannot stand it when anybody uses that word. Hate it. Hate it.
I think it's anti-women, but it's like even more anti-men. Like, and I think they think that's clever. Like, they're like, see, that's how they're like subverting our expectations.
All right, we're going to have a movie about 3 girls that are unlikable, but the twist is we'll introduce all of their boyfriends, and the boyfriends are extra super unlikable.
Right.
So by definition, you've got to sort of like the girls because they're not as bad as the guys.
Like,
Although
by
Smith with
process
a Y
of
isn't.
elimination.
Smith with a Y is probably. He's not a perfect character, but he's the least. I mean, he's the most likable of the characters. Would you say?
I'm coming around on Zoe, but that could be the bourbon talking.
It is. Okay, well, we got 15 minutes left of this. I just sort of scrolled through real quick. Looks like we do have a stinger at the end after the credits. So let's watch the final 15 minutes and then reconvene afterwards. Last quick question. How do we think this ends? Let's make our predictions right now. Steve, how does Zombeavers end?
I don't know. I mean, I'm on the edge of my seat.
Well, I
right
know
now.
you don't know. That's why I said predict.
I was
Steve,
hoping,
it's a prediction.
I was hoping for the people dam, but now that Veiny Chick is a bad guy now, beavers eat the house and it falls down and kills everyone is what I'm hoping for now.
Do you think anyone's going to survive? And if so, who will be the person that survives?
If anyone survives, I'm kind of with Rachel. I think discount wreck Danielle Harris is going to be the one.
Okay, Rachel, what do you think?
Yeah, I think the Beavers win because like there's been no like Chekhov's gun. You know what I mean? Like there's been no setup for how they might ultimately defeat the Beavers, and I feel like they would totally have foreshadowed it.
Yeah, I thought that was going to come out of Nerdy Girl reading the book, and that just didn't pay off anything.
Like, is it going to turn out that they were just doing a practical joke? Because there was like the thing about how beavers like practical jokes.
Oh, yeah. You know what? They should, instead of having her just read like a normal book, it should be like the Necronama Beaver or something like that. That would have been fucking great. I'm just throwing that out there, how I'm a better writer than the filmmakers here.
And bound in the flesh of zombie beavers.
What I think is going to happen, I think this movie is trying to subvert our expectations. I think the douchebag, the Joffrey guy, is going to survive somehow, and everybody else is going to die. But the beavers, they're going to like swim downstream, and you're going to sort of like see a setup. Because, the next movie, there's going to be a Zombeavers 2. All these crappy horror films have to have one. So they have to set up something where like the beavers are going to attack a city, like cut off the water supply of a city or something like that. That's my guess. But I think douchey guy lives just to piss off the audience. That's my guess. And with that,
The movie's already done a spectacular job of that.
yeah. And with that, we're going to watch the final 15 minutes and then reconvene with our thoughts. Remember, once it's over, don't click away from your Netflix thing because we want to see what the recommendations are, of course.
The recommendations are kill yourself, drive into a telephone pole.
Recommendation. It's just Netflix popping up a thing that says, please, we are asking you, cancel your account. We don't want your business anymore. All right, let's do it.
Well, guys, I'm Crystal. My boyfriend just told me this movie wasn't that bad, and I had to kick him out.
Whoa. Jesus, drop him like a bad habit. Holy Christ. I mean, sometimes when you're with people and it's like if they like a certain thing, you're just kind of like, you're a certain kind of person. And there's like
Yeah, I looked at him and I was like, who are you? You are not the person I thought.
the truth all comes out now.
Kate.
Oh my goodness. Okay, well, that was the last 15 minutes of Zombeavers. Steve, tell us what happened there.
Yeah,
what happened at the end? Because my prediction was completely off base. I was way off.
We were way too ambitious.
Yeah, so, Chud Crud goes into the room where the old lady is, and the old lady turns into a werebeaver.
That was a cool shot, though.
That was a cool
when
shot.
She was on the bed.
Sit up.
Yeah, she does the Michael Myers sit up. However, her eyes are glowing, and that's kind of cool. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
And she runs up and rips a chunk out of Chud Crud's hair, and Chud Crud has the rifle, and she pulls the trigger, and nothing happens, and it doesn't fire. Instead of hitting her with the gun, she just throws the gun around, or throws the gun down, and decides that the best course of action is to run and jump out of a second-story window.
That was pretty boss, though.
She owned it.
I guess if you're in that situation, I don't think I would have the balls to just jump head first through a window.
No, but I would have the
feeling?
balls to take the gun and try to beat the old lady to death with it. Because it's not a pistol; it's a rifle. You could have just swung that at her a bunch of times.
I know, we played so much Left 4 Dead that we would be masters at that shit.
Yeah.
We would. We would get in a corner and we would stand right on top
of each other. I just sit on your head. That's what I would do. I'd sit on your head and melee.
So anyways, while this is going on, Nerdy Girl and Douchebag Guy, they're being attacked by the werebeaver version of the Veiny Girl. And they get locked in the bathroom, and the beavers, they mention when she's reading the book that beavers are really good at tunneling. And so the beavers are all coming up through the ground.
Because of course they are.
Because of course they are. And then they play Zombiever Whack-A-Mole for a few scenes, and then they run into the bathroom, and Nerdy Girl is really concerned that Douchebag Guy might be bitten. So she makes him strip all the way down, and he says, your turn. So she strips down to her bra and panties because she has a no nudity clause, and then they decide that they're just going to have one last sex romp before the Zombeavers get them. But then, twist, the werebeaver version of the Veiny Girl pops up from the ground and eats the guy's dick. After this,
Pause. Quick question before you move on. Is there any scenario that you could come up with that if you were in this moment here, that you would decide to have a quickie with the other person in the midst of beaver apocalypse? It could be anybody you want, just any scenario in your mind when you could be like, okay, this is going to happen. I'm actually going to do this right now.
There's no way. I mean, you would think, like, even if you've got the hottest woman ever, if you know you're about to die, you have this idea. It's like, yeah, we're gonna go out with a bang, a literal bang, and we're gonna have all this great. I would have to duct tape a popsicle stick to my dick if I actually thought for a second that I would actually be able to do that. It doesn't matter how hot you are. If I know that death is right outside the door, I mean, sorry, that will be the one moment of my life where I'm not thinking about tits.
So, like, what is it, Carrie Whirler or whatever?
Yeah, Carrie Whirler.
Sorry, I mean, I would have hoped that I hope that we would have knocked some out earlier in the day before the zombies are coming after us.
Steve got the Power Ranger. He hit her like a Power Ranger earlier on. He's good. He's good for the rest of the night.
I hope so.
What if you didn't, though, Steve, and that was your what if it was Carrie Whirler and she's like, Steve,
now or never.
This is my last wish. We're going to die. You got to do this for me.
I mean, there are limitations. As much as any guy is like, yeah, I would just fuck anyone. I'm a realist. It wouldn't happen. It just wouldn't happen.
Okay. Interesting.
But, like,
Rachel, is there any scenario in which you could be that girl and you would be like, okay, this is going to happen? Any scenario you could foresee.
Like, if I was sure this was the end and, like, I had given up hope that I was going to get out alive, I mean, there are worse ways to spend your last few minutes.
But then the guy has to duct tape a popsicle stick to his dick to get it up.
Then there's that. And then that is kind of the worst.
Whatever works, Steve. Popsicle sticks made of wood.
That's true.
Beaver joke.
There we go.
The werebeaver went after his
Maybe
dick like
that's
it was
what
also
happened.
made of
He
wood.
sensed the popsicle stick, or she sensed the popsicle stick, and went for the wood.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
God. Nerdy Girl, the Chud Crud drives the truck through the house. Nerdy Girl gets in it. They drive away. They crash into a tree because women can't drive. No one's going to say anything to that. Okay, I thought that'd get a reaction. Thank you for playing along, Matt. They crash into a tree. Smith with a Y is now a zombiever, a werebeaver, but he's firing the gun at them, and so they crash. They get out. They have to run away. There's a zombear-beaver.
Yeah, the bear shows up.
The bear from earlier that was scared away, or that you have to hide your nipples so that the bear can't see it. He comes back. He's a zombear-beaver. They run away, and then Nerdy Girl pulls a gun on Chud Crud and says, "You're bitten. I have to kill you before you turn." And then she turns.
So Walking Dead right here, right?
Right.
This is very Walking Dead.
Yes.
Yeah, and then fuck this
Only
movie.
no close talking.
There was a great shortage of close talking. Maybe they would have had a chance to survive if they had talked about who was the Walking Dead at very close range.
Yeah, like the guy, the main guy in Walking Dead, every time he talks to someone, he tilts his head at a 45-degree angle and gets real close. Bothers me. It does. It bothers me.
He's the worst. I'm not going to argue with you. Rick is the worst.
So that was Zombeavers. I mean, the stinger is the next film is Zombies. Buzz. It can't be as good as The Swarm. You guys ever seen The Swarm?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, it's a 70s nature run-amok horror film about killer bees invading Texas.
What?
Yeah, it's called The Swarm. Look it up. I ain't lying.
I believe you.
Jesus, you don't sound like you believe
This
me.
movie has a 4.8 out of 10 on IMDb.
How is that possible?
This is bad. This is real bad. There was a couple moments that I thought were kind of cool. Like, I liked the girl sort of getting up on the bed with the glowing eyes. That was a cool shot. A couple cool shots here and there. Characters are rough. I mean, these are some bad archetypes here. And, there's just nobody to root for. I don't even root for the Zombeavers. I hate it. Hated it.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. I think Zombear. That's who I'm rooting for. The Zombear.
Zombear-beaver.
Zombear.
Yeah,
Zombeaver.
A movie about just him, I still wouldn't watch it.
Okay, before we talk about the films that Netflix recommends to us based on this fantastic thing, I do want to sort of wrap up the Zombeavers conversation. I want our listeners out there. I mean, you've gotten nothing from this podcast because this podcast has been really, really terrible. But I want you to be able to learn something. So I have lists, plural. I have a list of facts about beavers, guys.
Ooh,
Would you like to know some facts about our beaver friends?
I would love to.
Cleanse my mind of everything I've learned over the last hour and a half.
Beavers possess a set of transparent eyelids which enable them to see underwater.
Oh.
Beavers are second only to humans in their ability to manipulate their environment. The largest dam in existence is located in Wood Buffalo National Park, Alberta, Canada. It stretches for 850 meters and is visible from space.
What?
Beavers' homes, called lodges, are dome-like constructions built from branches and mud. They are positioned in open water for protection from predators and have underwater entrance holes. Beavers don't mind the cold. See, I could put beavers in my burritos horror film. They can be seen active throughout winter and maintain use of their ponds even when covered with a layer of ice. Beavers are among the largest rodents on Earth. Their large rodent teeth never stop growing. The beaver's constant gnawing on wood keeps their teeth from growing too long. I'll do one more here. This one looks good. Beavers are good house guests. Their lodges typically contain 2 dens, one for drying off after entering the lodge underwater, and a second, drier den, where the family will live and socialize. So there you go.
Beavers are
Facts
awesome.
about beavers. Facts about beavers.
Nothing about their Dayglow P, though, huh?
Nothing about
They play
Dayglow P.
practical jokes.
They do use their broad, stiff-like tails like rudders to steer underwater and to balance while sitting on land. And they also use their tails to slap the water as a warning of danger or a warning to keep away. Now, we did see the beavers slapping their tails in this movie, so obviously the filmmakers did their homework.
Girl's feet, and the girl fell over. She couldn't handle the beaver slap.
Beaver slap. I could just see some redneck using that. Baby, you want me to give you the beaver slap? Bam! Back of the hand is now the beaver slap.
While he's 12 years old and wearing a number 1 dad hat.
And while it's his sister. Okay, so
my God.
Netflix, of course, they have fantastic algorithms. They pay people hundreds of thousands of dollars to create these algorithms to show, hey, you watch Zombeavers, you are going to love these 3 movies. Now, I'll start with you, Rachel. What 3 movies did they pick for you?
I got Playback, starring one Christian Slater.
Okay, I got that as well. Big Christian Slater fan. I just watched Broken Arrow the other day.
Have you watched Mr. Robot yet?
No, I haven't seen Mr. Robot. I don't even know what it is, but I actually turned to the left while I'm sorry to say, guys, true story here. I looked away from Zombeavers for a bit just to see what was on our television, and my fiancé had it on Mr. Robot.
It's freaking great, and he's awesome in it.
Oh, well, then I'll have to watch it because I love Christian Slater.
Yeah, it's really good.
Discount rack Jack Nicholson.
There you go. Okay, I also got The Haunting of Whaley House.
Yeah, I got that one too. See, Rachel and I are on the same page here. We are the same person, actually, I guess.
And Buck Wild.
That's what I got. All 3 of those the same.
Oh, shit. Now, Buck Wild actually sounds like it may have potential. Apparently, there are rednecks and zombies and what else? A bunch of stuff.
I'm going to read the synopsis here.
Ever again, Rachel.
Craig's hopes for an idyllic hunting trip with his buddies are dashed by a rapidly spreading chupacabra virus that's turning locals into the undead. No. I'm going to this is just a message to all filmmakers out there. Low budget, no budget, mega budget, no more zombie films. No variation on zombies, no more anything. It's played out, it's done, it's over.
I want Zombeetles.
Well, you're just going to have to be happy with zombies.
Damn it. The only one that I saw... Yes, that would be a great movie. The only Netflix suggestion I saw was Playback, also with Christian Slater, and it said, Playback starting in 9 seconds, and I said, the fuck you are, and I backed out, so I don't know what my other 2 were.
Fuck you, Christian Slater. Fuck you and your Playback. Not going to happen. Okay, so I guess that's pretty much it. Listeners, I'd like to apologize on behalf of even the people not involved in this podcast. Pretty much just apologize on behalf of humanity.
For Zombeavers, and this
wait a minute. We may have saved people hours of their lives, literal hours of their life. They may hear this cautionary tale and not watch Zombeavers.
No, they are going to watch it with our commentary track on. That's what they're going to do. That's what they're going to do. You tell people not to do something, and they just run out and do it. Like, please don't jump off that cliff, guy I hate. So that's it. Now, I guess next time around, I think Steve was mentioning that he wants to do this like the last Friday of each month.
Sounds good.
And I am going to pick a movie. I already have a movie in mind, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to save it until the literal second in which you guys have to load it up and fire it up. I think it's much more fun if we don't know what's coming.
Okay.
And I wish I didn't know what was coming.
I definitely have something for everybody.
Yeah, I was going to suggest that, at the end of this, like, we kind of have a little vote on whether or not the person keeps the movie selection power. I don't think that's necessary this time.
Oh, no, I already took the agency away from Rachel. I mean, she ain't getting it
I don't know why you say it was me. Steve picked the movie.
That's true,
I did not
right?
pick this movie.
I think we've all decided that you have.
If only there wasn't that, like, physical, like, audio recording from the last episode.
Oh, you mean the
we did.
scripted part? Yeah, that part.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
That would never help us sleep at night. I think we should bury this and never play this.
I don't know. I mean,
The lost
we
episode.
can't do that.
no, because then the world will not know about burritos.
I'm going to make everybody know about burritos. But, so that's it, guys. I mean, I don't know how to wrap this up other than please let's stop. Until next month. Have fun. Good night.
Good night. Bye.